Hey everybody, Grimble here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be reacting to Batman Caped Crusader Episode 7. Last episode was a bit different than the things that we've seen before. It featured an actual ghost, which really surprised me. Wasn't seeing that coming. I honestly thought the entire time that this was some sort of trick or some sort of, I don't know, maybe I've seen too much Scooby-Doo in the past because I was expecting them to just kind of pull off the mask and it's like, oh, it's the gardener. Like, oh, I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you pesky Batman. But it wasn't. It was an actual ghost. And I don't remember him. I don't remember that being a villain in any of the Batman content that I've seen. Mostly the 90s animated series, which is sort of my go-to. But also, you know, I've seen the films. I've seen a lot of the direct-to-DVD movies that Bruce Timm does. And I've read up on things, you know, summaries on Wikipedia, things like that. And even though, admittedly, I haven't read a lot of Batman comics, I haven't seen him. I don't remember him. I'm sure he's there. He probably exists in some form or fashion. I don't think he's some new villain they just created for the show. But maybe he is. And that would be cool. It would be really nice if this show was able to add some sort of staple to the Batman universe, rather than just regurgitating everything that has already existed for many, many years. It was also really nice to see the relationship between Alfred and Batman kind of be explored a little bit in that episode. We got to see Alfred actually go on this little adventure with Bruce, confront this ghost, even get possessed by the ghost. Poor Alfred. And there was even a moment at the end when Bruce thought Alfred might have been killed during the experience, that he showed a bit of emotion and concern for Alfred and said stuff like, I can't do this without you. And Alfred going, I know. He pulled a Han Solo on him. I know. But I really like that. I do like it when they explore these characters a little bit and their emotional connections with each other, especially when it comes to Batman, because he's not typically somebody that shows his emotions really ever at all. So it is fun to just have that reminder that, yeah, he's human, just like us all. He has emotions, he has feelings, he loves people like Alfred. And even though he might not show it all the time, he likes having him around. And really, it's his only friend, if you really think about it. Alfred is the only one that he can kind of converse with and have a daily conversation with. Granted, it seems like most of the time it's business related, you know, when it comes to Batman. And that is sort of a problem that I see with Batman and Bruce in particular, is that he never seems to try to build relationships any further than they already are, especially with somebody like Alfred that he's known so long. He never really pokes and asks questions or asks, hey, how's your day been? Because he's just so dead set focused on his mission, on being Batman, stopping the bad guys, protecting the city, getting Gotham healthy again. And the other big highlight of the last episode revolved around Harvey Dent. We got to see sort of his campaign to be mayor start to really fall apart. He started losing a lot of representation, funding, and in the end, he calls up Thorne and decides to ask for his help. Now, I'm sure that won't really go well, which probably leads us into this next episode. So with that being said, let's get started with Batman Caped Crusader, Episode 7. If you guys are interested in signing up to my Patreon, you'll be able to take advantage of ad-free content, 3 to 4 weeks early access to all reactions, which for the middle tier and above can include the full-length watch-along reactions. Those that subscribe to the highest tier will also be supporting my game and animation studio, Little Grim Entertainment. You'll have access to a sneak peek look at all of our upcoming games and animated shows.
I'm a free man because of you.
You're a free man because you deserve to be.
Another day, another criminal let off on a technicality.
Ouch.
This again.
He did the crime, Barb.
And prison can't always be the default. Maybe if the cops had done their job.
It is interesting that she's a defense attorney, with her dad being a cop.
They're good cops. I know these two. You're being naive.
And you're a cynic.
People know the difference between right and wrong. They just do. So when they choose wrong, they should answer for it.
You know it's not that simple, Dad.
Well, it should be.
Sir, you need to come with us. We just got a tip that... Hey, Gordon!
Oh, shit.
We've got a problem, sir.
But I'll say there's a problem.
Do we know who hired him?
No, he's still in surgery. Might be a while before we can question him.
All we know is the word went out on the streets last night. There's a hit out on Gordon.
Interesting.
Look for any enemies you've made who have those kind of resources.
I mean, aren't there a few of those in this?
No, no task force. I'm not about to turn Gotham streets into a war zone. Work the case, but work it smart.
So I'm confused. He still seems to have authority, but I guess he's just not in charge of the Batman task force anymore?
So, obviously, we're getting you a protection detail.
We got the guy, Barbara. I don't need any kind of...
There's a hit on you, Dad. You really think they're only sending one guy?
She's right. And I think a safe
Yeah.
house is a good call, too.
I refuse to be run off like some sort of scared rabbit.
How stubborn can one man be? And selfish, like it only affects him.
Barbara, I will do everything I can to protect your father. All right?
Thank you.
She's gonna ask Batman. Yep. I knew he'd be there.
The hit on your father. I've been looking into it.
What does that mean?
I've been asking questions.
Politely.
Okay, I'll talk.
The order came from inside Blackgate Prison.
So this is personal for someone.
I mean, isn't that obvious?
It'll be a long list of suspects.
Jesus.
Get your father somewhere safe. I'm gonna find out more.
How are you?
Gone.
The little Irish guy you beat up yesterday
Yeah.
died last night. Internal bleeding.
Shit. Hello.
You put a price on Gordon's head.
No, look! It wasn't me! It's this guy! Muller! They got him locked up in solitary, so we needed a go-between. But listen, there's a complication. Word is there's a whole crew of pros coming in from out of town.
Bunch of Agent Smiths.
The right way.
Oh god. Very synchronized. This seems familiar.
Dun, dun, dun.
What? I didn't see that coming.
Look, you and your guard buddies can...
Oh, God.
No.
Hello, Muller.
Hello.
Why are you trying to kill Commissioner Gordon?
Yeah, not gonna work.
Tell me everything. Now.
What is this? I told you I'd be fine.
Dad, please. We need to get you out of here.
No, I'm not gonna cut and run. If more men are coming, then let them come.
A stubborn old man.
If someone comes after you here, our neighbors could get caught in the crossfire.
You know she's right.
That's fair.
Okay, fine. So, are hired killers victims of circumstance too?
Really?
Oh shit. Shots fired. Dun dun dun.
There's no answer, Pennyworth.
Shall I keep trying the number, sir?
Yes,
No.
I'll try to track them down.
Really? I could have checked into a motel.
No, no. We're taking you to a real safe house, Commish. Someplace nobody's gonna find you.
Except that car.
Oh, come on. You got us an escort too?
Not me.
Those aren't our men. Look out!
Ooh. Ouch. Oh shit. Bye. Ooh. You know you did.
Woo! You know you did.
How you doing, son?
No, I'm all right. It just winged me.
You are not all right. We need to get him to a hospital.
Of course.
The radiator's shot. Literally.
We gotta find a phone. Call the station. Get an ambulance for Marcus.
Maybe we should just find some place to hunker down, patch up driver, and wait out the night.
It seems like you needed to get that guy to the hospital right away, so patch up doesn't seem like an option? I don't know.
Anyone else freezing? Or is it just me?
This isn't good, guys. Get the man to a hospital.
Blip, blip, blip.
What'd you say, boss?
He said blip, blip, blip. This guy.
Ding, 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 ding.
We have a winner. Good work, boss.
me. I'm...
Totally fine.
You've lost too much blood, son.
We can't even call for backup because you don't know who to trust among your own people. And you wonder why I don't believe in the system.
Fair.
Reminds me of where I grew up, actually.
Where'd you grow up again? Snob Hill? Rich Man Point?
Ellsworth
Shit.
Hills. You know that. Gotham is... Some things are just...
Beyond help.
I didn't say that.
How about I go put on some coffee, huh? Calm everyone's nerves.
It's a model home, Corrigan. There's no actual food here.
That's gotta be something.
Oh.
Crap.
Oh. They're actually there.
Bang. You two cover the back.
Oh. There you go, Barbara. There you go. Help has arrived. Nice. He's just watching. There you go, Barbara. Nice. Uh-oh. Yeah. Dang. Swish. He's doing comic book sounds.
Stop. Whoosh. Bam, bam, bam.
I was expecting him to say ouch. Nice. Oh, oh. Is that a pickle jar? I thought you said they didn't have any food. Now try to say something. Yes. Love it.
The contract's been canceled. No one else is coming.
Good.
How do you know that? Oh, because he paid that guy a visit.
You weren't the target.
Barbara?
Whew. Tough son of a...
Oh.
Sorry, kid. The hit was never on your dad. You got a real unhappy former client up in Blackgate.
Nice. Yeah. I had a feeling. I had a feeling it was her. I like the music.
Look, I took the hit off you, so tell your friend that.
I got you the best deal possible, and you tried to have me killed.
This place, do you know what it's like in here? You could have done better for me. I don't deserve to be here.
Actually, I think you do.
Probably worse. It's not gonna help her viewpoint. Okay, so that was Batman Cape Crusader episode 7. I really enjoyed it. It was I like that we keep getting these episodes that go back and forth from focusing a bit on Batman and sort of a typical adventure where he comes across some sort of supervillain or whatever else, and episodes like this one where it's more centered around the other characters, because it's nice to get to know them a little bit more. It's nice to explore them and their personalities and their relationships with each other. Especially in this episode, we got to see Barbara and her relationship with her father and how they have these very different viewpoints on how to help people and how to help the city. Barbara is more on the side of a defense attorney, saying that people may make mistakes. That doesn't mean that they don't deserve some sort of help and some sort of opportunity to prove that they can be better. Whereas her father is much more of the old school way of thought of, not they're criminals, they deserve to serve their time. You know, we shouldn't show them any sort of remorse or pity, because at the end of the day, they're all bad guys. And what happens throughout this episode, especially when a fellow police officer is the one that tries to take out the hit on Barbara and earn the money, it seems like she slowly starts to kind of realize what her father was saying and maybe even start to doubt her own beliefs in people and that they can be redeemed or helped, especially when one of her own clients puts out a hit on her saying that she could have done more for him. He shouldn't be in this place. It's too rough for him. And at the end of the day, she was just like, no, you know what? You deserve to be here. Obviously, the justice system worked and you're right where you need to be. But that is a little bit unfortunate because, sure, it was proven to be the case this time. But that doesn't mean that every client that she's ever helped didn't deserve her help, didn't deserve to have their sentence lessened, you know, and that's the reason we have these lawyers. That's the reason we have defense attorneys, is because when somebody does something wrong, the instinct is to just act out harsh punishment against them. But somebody needs to be there for these people to say either, hey, they didn't do this at all, because that's a bigger problem, right? If they didn't do it at all, or if they did it, maybe it's not the extreme that, you know, the prosecution is trying to make it out to be, and they don't deserve a harsher punishment for what they actually did. But it does seem like that viewpoint of Barbara's was tarnished a little bit. The other thing I really liked about this episode is it really showcased, yet again, the officers, the people around outside of Batman being effective at their jobs. You know, defending each other, firing back at these guys, taking out some themselves. You know, Batman didn't have to do all the work. And even down to Barbara defending herself from a bunch of guys. And it was really nice to see that they don't all just rely on Batman to come in and do everything for them. Now, the villain in this episode was hilarious. I had to look him up. I'm not familiar with him. He's apparently originally a Green Arrow character and also created by Kevin Smith from what I saw, which is also really cool. And his name is Onomatopoeia. And I get it. He literally just says out the comic book action words. And it's hilarious. It's funny. And I really enjoyed him as a villain. But yeah, I've never seen him before. I don't think, you know, I guess he has been featured in some Batman comics, but usually it's a Green Arrow villain. So that's probably why I haven't heard much of him. But either way, he's an interesting guy. I want to know more about him. I'm going to have to do a little bit of research maybe on the side to find out a little bit of his backstory and why he just says those words and phrases. But it caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting it. The whole dun dun dun. It got me. But I also like that they're still keeping us on our toes, right? You know, with the twist at the end that it was actually Barbara that was the one that the hit was ordered on. And I don't know, there was something, I can't remember when it was. I almost said it in the reaction that I wonder if it's out for Barbara instead of Commissioner Gordon, but I didn't end up saying it, so now I'm just acting like I knew the entire time. But I did have a feeling early on that might be a possibility. It came to my head, and I can't remember specifically why it was. I think it was the fact that they seemed more interested, especially when they drove up to shoot them. They were shooting at the front of the car where Barbara was. And that's when they hit the guy, the driver, the other officer that was there driving, in the arm. But it just felt like they were aiming for Barbara in that moment. And so that's when I think I had that idea in my head that, are they actually going for Commissioner Gordon? I don't know. That's kind of weird. Yeah, either way, it's a nice twist. I like that they keep you guessing throughout these episodes. It gives me that detective vibe, that mystery vibe where you are trying to figure it out as the episode goes on. And I like that they've had a few of those types of episodes in this series so far. But yeah, guys, that's all I really have for this episode. Tell me what you guys thought about it. I want to know down in the comment section. Continue on the conversation. Tell me what you guys thought about this villain. He was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed him as much as I did. Were you guys familiar with him from the comics or anything else? Has there ever been a actual animated representation of him before? I don't think there ever has. I don't recognize him from the 90s animated series, certainly. And I don't think I've ever seen him in any of the direct-to-DVD DC movies. But maybe there's something I missed that he was in, and I can go check that out because I really like the character. He's funny. Also, do you guys enjoy this as well? The fact that they're going back and forth between, focusing on Batman, but then also some of the side characters and getting to explore them a little bit with Batman just sort of in the background. I think it's a really nice change of pace for what the norm is for a lot of Batman animated shows or even movies, etc. As always, guys, also please like this video if you enjoy the content today. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. It'll help me boost this channel up and get it in front of more people that might be interested in this content. Also, check out my Patreon page. I have a lot of great perks there for you guys. Things like ad-free content, full-length reactions. Also, you get a little bit of early access as I'm about 3 to 4 weeks ahead on all the shows that I watch over on Patreon. So if you want to catch up, you can do that over there. With that being said, fun episode, guys. Can't wait for the next one, and I'll see you guys in the next reaction.